Previously.
And that'll take, oh, that's a huge setback. Yeah, I got nothing for that.
On Progression Series Season 2.
It's only 19! I can't, come on, man! Oh my god, bro.
I'm gonna banish a light and a dark.
No, you can't win them all. Bro, come
Wow.
on, I lost to this.
In this series, both Nyhmnim and myself will be opening 24 booster packs or one box of a core Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster set. We will build a deck and play a best 2 out of 3, and the winner will receive a small prize to upgrade their deck. However, in each episode, we will open another box of the next set that was released, moving in chronological order, constantly upgrading our decks before dueling each other at the end of each episode. But this time around, we'll be introducing side sets, a new banning system, and plenty of other fun surprises that you'll just have to watch to find out. This is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression Series Season 2. Today's video is sponsored by Grand Archive, the brand new trading card game that raised nearly $1 million on Kickstarter, and their second set, The Fractured Crown, is set to release a bit later this month. I'll be doing a box opening a bit later in a separate video on this channel, so be sure to check that out, or you can click the links down in the description to learn more about the game. Thank you all so much, and we hope you enjoy today's video. Well, I gotta be honest, it's been a minute since we've been in the winner's circle, and that's because we've lost 3 in a row, so I am ecstatic to be back here and getting into some very exciting sets in the coming weeks. We have Hidden Arsenal 7 today, we have Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy next week. A lot's gonna be changing for the Progression Series, but first we have to spin our wheel. I'm just going to say this. Gage got 3 Starlight Rare wild cards. I just want you to know the math on that is a 1 in 1,000 chance because there's 10 slots on the wheel. The chance of that happening 3 times in a row is extremely unlikely, but it is what it is. It would only be fair if I also get a Starlight Rare wild card. So let's give the wheel a nice good spin here and see what we are going to be getting. Well, there goes the Starlight Rare wild card. I don't need any more redoer tickets. I don't need any more. Although I will say, I'm going to be very trigger happy to be using them today because today is Hidden Arsenal 7. I'll have Gage tell you all about it.
Our Fire Fist Gladiator Beast was just not enough to be able to tie up the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression Series Season 2, but the crown is not out of reach yet. As long as we get a nice little streak of wins under our belt, we can still easily reclaim the crown from Alex. I'm really feeling it still. I feel like we've been playing really, really well recently. Our last deck, I think, just didn't make the cut. There was a lot of cards in Alex's deck, like Snowman Eater and stuff, that really contested our strategy pretty well. This set today, though, is really exciting to open, and I think it might be able to introduce some new strategies for the both of us. Hidden Arsenal 7, Night of the Stars, released April 26th, 2013. This set is incredible. It introduces 2 new archetypes to the game, Constellar and Evil Swarm, both really good archetypes in themselves, but also, I think from a sealed standpoint, they might be some of the best we've seen yet. Evil Swarm was one of the decks that was able to rise in popularity due to being a very, very potent counter to the high-level strategies that you would be seeing in Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy. The strategy focused around sticking 2 level 4 monsters and then exceeding them into Evil Swarm Ophion. Where's my guy at? Right down here. Ophion's pretty insane. Level 5 or higher monsters cannot be special summoned while he has material, and then he can also detach material to search an Infestation spell trap, which you would search Infestation Pandemic, which is just their copy of Forbidden Lands. Again, with the rise of Dragon Rulers being absolutely without question the most popular, most dominant deck of the format, this was a great kind of counter to it. You know, you had Spellbook and you had Dragon Rulers as the top 2 decks. This was kind of a third deck to kind of complete a triangle type format. Constellar in their own right was pretty good. Not, I think, at a competitive standpoint. I think Evil Swarm, just everything around it, was working as intended for the deck to become, like, actually good at the time, right? Like, could you imagine if a high-level deck didn't exist back then, if everyone was just also playing, I'm going to make rank 4 strategies? This card wouldn't do anything. So the Evil Swarm strategy was really looped around by having a whole bunch of 4s just able to summon themselves. Mandragora is essentially a Cyber Dragon level 4. You have Castor as an additional normal summon. Constellar has an additional one like that too in the form of Pollux. And then you had a card like Thunderbird, which has a wind-up rabbit effect, which would just keep itself on the field by, like, bumping itself out and resummoning itself. All those combined, able to make a pretty cool deck. Constellar has the same kind of strategy of stick in level 4s, but they are able to level modulate. you'll typically be seeing 5s and 6s. The main 5 is Pleiades. Also, just a great card in general, dude. Requiring 2 level 5 lights. We can, during either player's turn, detach a material and then bounce a card on the field back to the hand. Pretty strong. And then a couple other hidden arsenal archetypes got some more support. Seraphonite ended up becoming better a lot later down the line when we got a card like Brilliant Fusion, but at the moment it wasn't anything too good. And then Molten Conduction Field was also just really, really good for Lavavals. And possibly the 2 most important cards of the set here, coming out of a hidden arsenal set no less, super surprising, was a card like Lavalval Chain and Daigusto Emerald. Both finding themselves on the Forbidden Limit list in their own ways at some point here. Daigusto Emerald remains at 1. Chain's still banned, probably should remain banned forever. Both these are generic rank 4s. Chain allows you to send any card from your deck to the graveyard, just a Foolish Burial on legs, just by detaching a material, and you also get to stack monsters on the top of your deck if you want to as well. And you can just read, this card's like insane. This is probably one of the best rank 4s ever printed in the game. And then Daigusto Emerald, having 3 of these allowed for some silly little loops where you could loop the card over and over infinitely and just have some combos off that. This is an integral part of Zodiac format, having multiple Daigusto Emeralds, being able to put back your engine back multiple times, including the Emeralds themselves, just able essentially have infinite value, right? Both of these cards are ridiculous. I'm going to be looking for at least a copy of both of them, because they both get banned at some point. But if I can get multiples of Lavalval Chain, there's some really sick decks we can play with that. It's been a minute since I had to open a pity pack, though. Oh, man. I got to open Astral Pack 2. Astral Pack 2. What's in this one? It's like Dragoons, I think, is the ultimate rare. We could get lucky. All right, we got 3 pity packs, Astral Pack 2. Anything good? Flip them up. I mean, okay, Hawk's not, like, bad, right? We pulled a lot of really good Fire Fist cards, but I think Hawk's one of, like, not one of the great ones, right? Sky Scout, oh, my lord. Pack number 2. It is what it is. Another hot. Pack number 3. Spiritual Warrior, Aoi. That's a lot of trap cards in this one. Nothing to play in these ones, actually. I think there's, like, some upsides. There's some pretty good cards you can get from Astral Pack 2. We didn't see any of them. All right. To the big one, though. Hidden Arsenal 7. If Alex does not consider to use a respin ticket, unless he pulls absolutely insane, just absolutely roast him in the comment chat. I don't know what he's thinking. Hidden Arsenal 7. 224 packs of them. Let's see what we get. I'm hoping for some biggies, bro.
All right, you guys, 24 packs of Hidden Arsenal 7 Knight of Stars. I'm going to put this out there right now. Even if we pull the best Constellar core possible out of this set, I'm probably going to reroll because I think I need a hard reroll for Evil Swarm specifically, just to have a solid anti-meta contender in case Gage's Dragon Ruler pull is insane. We already have extraordinarily powerful cards that we didn't have in Prog Season 1, and Dragon Rulers were a tipping point for the Progression Series Season 1, so I need to be as best prepared as possible. We'll see what the pulls are, of course. Let's flip up the first pack. Infestation Infection is a fine card. It's not what we're looking for. We're primarily looking for Ophion. We're looking for Infestation Pandemic, and I think Evil Storm Thunderbird is a secret rare as well, but we did get Mandragora. Honestly, I'm not really too worried about the supers because with 24 packs, there's not that many supers. It's pretty likely we're going to get all of these. Algiady is also good for Constellar if we do end up having to go that route. Well, double infection. You know, I'm pretty sure we only play 1. This is pretty big though. Seraphonite, even though might not be relevant this episode, for if we get Brilliant Fusion down the line in the Dark Illusion, Clash of Rebellion. I can't remember which set that it was a blue set. I'm almost certain. In any case, Seraphonite's something we didn't have before, and so that'll be cool for later on. But we did get Evil Swarm Caster, which is an essential piece of Evil Swarm. But again, it's a super rare, so we're pretty likely to get it. Evil Swarm Bahamut is not Ophion, but it is another powerful rank 4 that the Evil Swarm line has access to. It comes up occasionally, I'll say. Again, Ophion's, you know, like by far and away the best card, but it's still a nice option to have. Tin Goldfish is something too. I think I've already pulled one of these. I forgot to talk about it. This is great. I mean, along the lines of Kage Takage and, you know, Goblinberg and Photon Thrasher, all these rank 4 spam decks. Tin Goldfish is insane. Daigusto Emerald. This is another issue when it comes to Hidden Arsenal 7, because even if our pulls are lackluster for one of the 2 archetypes, if we pull cards like Daigusto Emerald or Lavalval Chain, which they're 2 cards that are currently banned in actual modern Yu-Gi-Oh! It's gonna be hard to respin this, so I'm happy that I have this, but at the same time, I'm also sad because we're a third of the way through. I haven't seen an Ophion yet. There's a Nightmare, if anything, but we're gonna have to just get extraordinarily lucky here. I want minimum 2 Ophion, and I need probably at least 1 Infestation Pandemic, the card that protects them.
Pack number 1. All right, it is what it is, right? Heliotropes, like, okay, Praesp's not that great. We're looking for better cards. Kaos is awesome. Kaos is instrumental in the Constellar deck, being able to, twice per turn, adjust the level of a Constellar monster on the field. So you can bump him and another Constellar you have up to level 5 and be able to make a rank 5. So pretty cool that we got him. That's awesome. Tin Goldfish is also a really good level 4 monster, essentially serving the same purposes like Goblindeberg would, right? Normal summon, special summon a level 4 monster from hand. That is a rank 4. Ophion. That's the guy right there, bro. Ophion was very important to beating Dragon Rollers at the time here. I don't think this deck was at quite the power level that Spellbooks as well as Dragon Rollers were, but it was able to compete. Infection is also pretty good for the deck. I'm not gonna lie, that's all right, I guess, right? Tin Archduke as our secret rare. Super rares aren't coming in too clutch, I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably looking for better ones. Pollexes and Castors and the such, but haven't hit many of those yet. Potomli M7 is really, really good in general, actually. This card's great. And Evil Swarm Nightmare is actually even a really good rank 4, actually. Don't discount this card. Pretty much Book of Moons any special summon. Hey, that's not that bad, right? That's pretty solid. Another 10 Goldfish, too. Awesome. Gishki Zealgigis. I will never have a Gishki deck to be able to play in Progression Series. Unfortunate. The rest of this pack, also unfortunate. But the next one, it's just as bad. Another infection. It is what it is.
No, it's a second Bahamut. If it was a second Ophion, that would be crazy. Oh, man. The way that the secret rare luck goes sometimes, it's actually depressing. Evil Swarm Salamandra is a card that's typically not played in Evil Swarm, but for Prog, it might actually be worth playing because it's another Evil Swarm name. It's actually not a terrible card. It's like a bad Bazoo the Soul Eater, if you want to look at it that way. It just gets to, like, it can just be a big level 4 monster. And most importantly, it has the Evil Swarm name attached to it, so we might just play this out of desperation. That's our third infestation infection. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god, that could have been 3 of any of the secrets that like we really want. M7. We haven't pulled really much in terms of the Constellar package aside from some of the basic super rares, but M7 is such a crazy card. It's generic. Like, you don't need Constellar to play this card. Like, if we were playing the Hieratic deck, which, don't worry, I'm not doing that anytime soon, but if we had this back with the Hieratic deck, we would have actually at least had a decent rank 6 to go into. That's our 4th infection. I mean, it's redundant at this point, regardless of, like, whatever card it would have been. Like, if it was 3 Ophion, 3 of anything. But that at this point, it sucks because that card just actually just a blank.
That's my second Zealgigis. The supers have not been anything to write home about. I'm already feeling we're almost halfway through. Well, we will be halfway through after this flip. That's my 3rd infection. I really feel like I might be queuing up for a respin already. I need Chain and I need Emerald. If I don't get both of those, I'm, like, guaranteeing a respin at least once. Not in that one either. That was my first Castor that I was able to pull. Lucky me, I guess. Thantos is actually not a good Evil Swarm card. Yeah, it's not that great. Nothing to write home about. Another M7. Oh my goodness. I guess that's lucky. There's so many better secret rares I'm looking for, right? These are not bad, but I need myself, if I want to play this Constellar strategy out, I need a Pleiades. Haven't gotten one of those yet. Or a Boros is sick for some FTKs. Unfortunately, in the Evil Swarm deck itself, getting 3 level 4s on the field is infinitely harder than getting 2 to make Ophion. And then the payoff for it is, like, not that great. I'm pretty sure this was, like, loopable in some dem FTKs. Like, Blue-Blooded Oni FTK was something that came up around this time. That's my 3rd M7. Oh my god. Why couldn't it be, like, 3 Lavalval Chain? That'd be so much better. Oh my, wow, yeah, give me an Ouroboros too. Great, thank you. Sophia, I'm gonna just try to flip up the last few. I don't think I'm keeping this. Sophia, 2 Sophia! Oh my god, that's 3 10 Archduke. God, just give me another one. 4 M7s? What the fuck happened with this opening? I'm not gonna even think about it. We just gotta go 24 more packs of this. Hopefully we get more lucky on the second try here. I need some of the broken cards from this set.
Lavalval Chain? You've got to be fucking kidding me. This opening is nuts, but we haven't pulled the Evil Swarm stuff. We don't have any Thunderbird. I think we're good on Castor. Salamandra we might have like 2 of. I know we're good on Mandragora, but we haven't pulled Ophion. We haven't pulled the quick play spell either, but we pulled both Chain as well as Emerald. Oh my god, that's insane. Like, I have to keep this. No matter what, like, I can't respin Emerald Lavalval Chain. That'd be lunacy. Fucking Tin Archduke. Come on. I swear I've pulled like 2 or 3 of these already. Why is this in here? I mean, it's generic, I get, but this card fucking sucks. Oh my god. Okay. This isn't as good as it seems because Lavalval Chain gets limited / banned very quickly in Yu-Gi-Oh! So having access to multiple copies of this, I don't think it's particularly good. So this is kind of like a dud, but just the fact that we pulled multiples is insane. Okay. There's Infestation Pandemic. I gotta be honest, we've got 4 packs left. There is still a chance we can pull an Ophion. There's still a chance we can pull 2 Ophion. Are those chances high? Not necessarily. But honestly, if we can pull a pair of Ophion in these last 4 packs, this will be like the greatest best case scenario for what we could have pulled out of Hidden Arsenal 7. I'm holding my breath, but there's still a chance.
All right, 24 more. Bump it in. Let's see what we get. Pack number 1. This looks awfully similar to, to the first pack I opened. Iron Call. I don't know if I have any cool machine. I mean, this is actually really good with Karakuri. I'm not going to lie. This is a pretty good card with Karakuri. Effects are negated, destroyed during the end phase, but it is a machine reborn. It's not bad. Gem Knight Master Diamond. I know I do not have any FTKs with the Gem Knights brewing at the moment. Bahamut's another one of those ones where it's like an okay one. It allows you to take control of a monster your opponent controls, but you have to discard an Evil Swarm monster, and it requires 2 Evil Swarm monsters specifically to make. Way too restrictive. It's not great. Oh my god, that's not great either. This is looking way worse than our first opening. Why is this looking even worse? This is looking unplayable. Oh my god, give me something else. Oh my Pleiades. Wow, that's great when I don't have my Calce anymore, right? I don't think I've pulled any Pollexes either, which is like a super rare, but that's super important for this. God, this is not looking in my favor, man. Hey, all right, there's one. One of the good cards, Daigusto Emerald. Oh, it's better to get one of those than nothing, right? I think it makes for a lot of just like looping materials. Again, looking for just generic 4s that are good to bake in every deck. This is one of the top dogs. I would love to pull the Volvo Chain, because I think the Volvo Chain's even a step above this card. But I'm happy I got this one at least, right? More than halfway through the packs. Honestly, this one still looks even worse than our last opening. Hopefully we can turn it around. Pull 2 of the Zibbity Bop. This card sucks, bro. It's a level 5 too. No good, no good. Oh my god. What am I going to do with 2 Pleiades? 2 Pleiades and no way to change the levels? Thanks, game. 3 Pleiades. There's the Pollux I was looking for. Can I get 1 Calce? 3 Pleiades. Oh my god. I mean, there's Ophion coming in later than never, right? How many casters we get? 3 caster, 2 Mandragora. I didn't get the Infestation to search off. I got 3 Infection, but I didn't get the good one to protect from spells traps. I got 3 more packs, though. Don't lose hope. I've lost hope. All right, now we're in the last pack. Anything good in the last one? Oh my god, Sophia. This has been awful. This hasn't been good. I really wanted to play something fresh today and something new, and I don't think I have the cards to do it. I really don't. Triple Pleiades is super unfortunate. No chain either. I'm terrified of what Alex has gotten. Oh my god, if he's playing a Chaos deck too, he can dump the light or the dark. He plays like 2 lights in his deck. That's guaranteed access. Oh my god, his power's unstoppable at that point. Oh man, I'll see what I can do. All hope can't be lost. Let's just go for a win today.
Only a few packs left, ladies and gentlemen. Few packs left. There's still a chance we could pull double Ophion. At this point, maybe 1 Ophion is enough. The thing is, even if we only get 1 Ophion, we can still use the Evil Swarms as a rank 4 engine, right? Because Mandragora is like a free special summon. I don't think Kirkion's released in the set. I think Kirkion's a Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy card, but in any case, Caster gives you an extra normal summon. Like, we can just use them for decent rank 4 fodder now that we have some good rank 4s. It seems like that luck's turning around compared to the beginning of the Xyz era. I just need 1 Ophion. And, God, 3 packs. Just 2 would be ideal. Please, just 1. Oh my god, we pulled Ophia! Oh my god, thank you fucking god. Okay, now we're cooking, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're cooking. 2 packs left to go, excuse me. Wow, I have never been so happy to see a fucking Floodgate monster in my life. Again, 1 of this is good enough. We can recycle it with Daigusto Emerald if we absolutely have to. There are ways that we can technically get away with playing more than 1 Ophion, but this is insane. We don't have Thunderbird, but we could still pull a second Ophion too. Ophion or Thunderbird, I'll take either one. That is not Thunderbird. Holy crap. That may be like the worst pack. Ketos is okay. It's like bad Exiled Force. Or, not Exiled Force. The one for spells and traps. In any case, can we pull a second Ophion? Last pack. I will absolutely lose my mind. I saw the black border. Oh my god. Okay, a third Lavable Chain is very funny. Nightmare's also decent too, so I shouldn't, like, you know, I shouldn't ignore that. We have to keep this. This is insane. Emerald, Lavable Chain, only one Ophion, but if we win this episode and we spin a wild card on the wheel, we could get a second Ophion just in time for Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy. There's no way we respin this. I'm sorry. With Emerald plus Lavable Chain, we can't. If we pulled, like, maybe like this and didn't get either one of these, maybe we could consider respinning, but this is insane. We have literally everything we could have asked for, almost, aside from, like, multiple Ophion. I'm keeping it. Add it to the collection, ladies and gentlemen. You have a pretty good idea of what we're bringing today, so let's get into it.
I had plans to bring one of the powerful 2 attributes that got a lot of new support in this set, either the light with the Constellars or the darks with the Evil Swarms, but neither of those stacked up. They did not look good. I had some of the 4s to work with for Evil Swarm and an Ophion, but like none of the good ones. No like Thunderbirds. I didn't have a Pandemic, which is the good spell card to search out. And then for the Constellars, I got Calce the first time around, but no Pleiades. And then I got 3 Pleiades and no Calce on the second time around. I wish there was something there, but unless we get lucky with the wheel after winning this episode, I don't think we can build anything with them. So we had to have a backup plan. And I think this one's pretty alright. We're going to be utilizing Tin Goldfish, a card released in this set. A machine that when it's normal summon, we can special summon a level 4 monster from hand. We're going to be special summoning our good friends, the Gadgets, again. The last time we played this deck, we were able to seal a victory with it just by playing better cards than Alex, essentially, having value over the game, and hopefully we can do that again this time around. The only new additions are really the Tin Goldfish and the 1 Iron Call I decided to play because I pulled it too, just essentially a reborn from the graveyard. If we have one of these machines, we can bring one back from the bin, and that allows us to make another 4, you know, if our Gadget gets stopped, or if we don't have one of the many extenders. I really wish there was more I could say about the deck, but there isn't much to. It's just brain dead simple, right? We're trying to stick 2 Gadgets to be able to make one of our 4s, of which there's many more than we had last time, I guess, right? We have cards like Diamond Direwolf, Emeralds now popping up in here, and we have just other tools like Pearl. And then we also play Tour Guide as the tech. It's not really an engine, but it's just able to bring out, again, Zen Mains, which I can't even overstate is still super powerful at this time. I mean, the deck just looks solid. I guess that's the only adjective I can use for it. It just looks like all around okay. Game plan is super simple, and then, you know, if we can stick Fortress and repeatedly loop it, maybe we even got better shot to win. I'm really upset we didn't get to take any strategies today, but hopefully maybe if Alex takes like Evil Swarms or something, if he pulled super well for it, hey, I'm not summoning any 7s or highers the entire game. Good luck with that, right? You'll be able to see the true power of Gem Knight Pearl, being the 50 additional attack you need to attack over Ophion there. It was truly in a league of its own. I think this deck's okay, and that's just the way to put it. I think if we just played better than Alex, maybe we have a chance of finding ourselves in the winner's circle again, putting us in reach of that crown. I need to take it. I need to take it and set progression series history. I think this is the deck to do it. Let's see what Alex is playing this week. Hopefully it's something decent.
Well, it's not often we get a brand new deck courtesy of Hidden Arsenal of all things. If you saw the previous Hidden Arsenal episodes, you know that quite well. But we were fortunate enough to pull ourselves together what resembles an Evil Swarm package. And yes, I know I'm still playing like some of the Chaos stuff, but give me a break. Evil Swarm's dark. It makes no sense to not play these cards in here. So we're playing Evil Swarm, ladies and gentlemen. There is a world where Gage could also be playing Evil Swarm. He could also just have gotten the complete opposite pulls that I did and gotten like Constellar Pleiades or multiple copies of that, which in that case, that would be sick to have like a Hidden Arsenal 7 showdown. But in any case, let's do the card by card. You already know these two, and you also know Effect Veiler as well. We just need some lights to be able to fuel the BLS. Evil Storm Caster, during the turn it was normal summoned. We get an additional normal summon. This is not an effect that can be negated. It's like a condition, so like you can't Veiler this, which is kind of sick, and that actually is quite relevant. We have Evil Storm Mandragora as well. This, as long as our opponent controls more monsters than us, we can special summon from the hand. So going second, as long as we have this and any other Evil Swarm, we have access to a rank 4. Salamandra is interesting. Typically, lists didn't play this because they had better cards like Thunderbird and such, but Salamandra serves a few key purposes. First of all, it's big, right? Second of all, it's a card that can actually modulate the graveyard, which if we're too high on darks for dad, if we draw it like mid to late game, this can fix our grave, and there's really no other card that like is in engine that can do that. And third, it's still an Evil Swarm name, right? Like this thing can get up to 2450 and can hit over actually a lot of sizable things in the format. So I kind of like this card. It's like one of the like mid-tier Evil Swarm cards that probably doesn't get enough appreciation. We have Ryo in here as well. We have Witch because it can search literally the whole deck, I think, except for BLS, which is crazy. And then 3 Heliotrope. This is a bit sus. The Evil Swarm decks of the old days would play Rescue Rabbit, and you can just bring 2 of these out and immediately go into Ophion. The problem is we don't have Rescue Rabbit, so why are we playing this? Well, if you look at the other Evil Swarm options, they're not great. I mean, there is like a couple of them that are okay. There's the one one, Zahak. This one, it's 1850, so a little bit smaller, and has a mandatory effect that if it's sent to the grave by battle or card effect, you can target a special summon level 5 or higher monster on the field and destroy it, but it's mandatory, so that could backfire on us, and Gage may not necessarily always have that, so it's kind of weird. There's also stuff like Azathoth, which we're siding, or even the Eagle here, which is like a compulse, but again, it's a mandatory compulse, and if Gage has stuff up that we don't want to give him back again, like a Tenki or something, that could be annoying, although a compulse is still a compulse at the end of the day. I just feel like having a 1950 beater is just like a decent normal summon because it gets in for a significant amount of damage. We're playing beatdown stun at the end of the day. For the spells, we have Book, Braincon, Darkhold. We are playing the one Forbidden Lance that we have to be able to protect our Ophion, or anything else for that matter. One Pandemic, we only pulled one Pandemic, but honestly, that's probably all we need. Pandemic's weird because it can get very cloggy in Evil Swarm lists as well, so I kind of like that we're just on the one, but I would like that we have additional protection if we had more copies. That's neither here nor there. We have triple MSC Pot and Rhoda, because Rhoda can search our caster, because this is in fact a warrior. The traps, we have double Bottomless, double Compulse, double Deep Prison, triple Phoenix Chain, Judgment, Warning, and Torrential. The extra deck, you might be surprised to see some synchros here, but I do have Valor, and Valor is a tuner. Plus with Brain Control, there is a world where like we could Brain Control a like cost that's level 5 if Gage is playing Constellar, and then all of a sudden we can summon Valor and make Brio out of that, or just any 5 for that matter. Catastor's the most likely thing we'd go into, although if we're playing the mirror match, this card's going to be worthless. We could also find ourselves in a scenario where we have a 4, we take control of a 4, and then summon Valor, make Mistworm. I figure that's kind of likely. Also, like, Stardust is, like, fine if we go, like, Dad, and then we're out of Dark, so we can Valor summon and make, like, Stardust. I don't know. I figure it's worth it playing these over, like, the bad rank 4s that we have, like Tin Archduke, but watch that actually randomly come up. And then we have the cards that actually matter. Emerald's great because it can actually recycle Ophion if we already use it once. So ideally, we're going to try to stick Ophion early, and then mid-game, we can bring out Emerald, shuffle this back, which means we can stick another 4 later. So ideally, that's what we're going to be trying to go for. Bahamut's utility, if it comes up, we'll go for it, but I think Ophion's definitely the main play. Same thing goes for Nightmare. This is like a fine card, but it also just depends on what he's playing. It's nice because this requires Darks instead of specifically Evil Swarm, so we could like use Witch for this hypothetically, although we probably wouldn't want to because we wouldn't get the effect. Pearl, Lavalval Chain, Utopia, and Papal Operative. These are lights as well, so it's nice is that because we're playing BLS, if we need a light, we can just make one of these and then BLS is all mine. So that's cool. The side deck, we have double Warrior Lady. This is a Rhoda target, but it's also removal. I'm having a bit of preemptive sideboarding in case Gage did pull Evil Swarm himself, so stuff like Warrior Lady and Raikou is good for dealing with Ophion, so I figure just having big, just removal in that sense is not bad. Azathoth's a cool card. I think this card's actually pretty decent. It's just literally shuffle something back to the deck if it gets flipped face up and it's 1950 defense. It's just a bit slow at the end of the day. It's not like a beatdown type card. It's more controlling, but depending on the way the games go and depending on what deck Gage is playing, we might bring these in. Mole is also hilarious out for Ophion. It's just a wide myriad of just random things that come out of the extra deck, so I kind of like it in the sideboard. Triple Dust in case, you know, we just need to deal with like any floodgates or any of that. Speaking of floodgates, double Light Mirror in case he brings up Constellar to today's duel, because then we just have the preemptive sideboard. And triple Macro, we can bring out stuff like Witch and just bring in Macro if he's playing a graveyard-based deck, you know, if it's like Insector or any weird stuff like that. And then we just have this, and then we're playing just truly just stun beatdown at the end of the day. That's what Evil Swarm is. And so I'm happy that we actually get to bring a completely new deck for the most part into the progression series. And I think we might be doing that next week as well, considering next week's Tachyon Galaxy. But first, let's go ahead and get another win on the board. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to duel. Gage, isn't it great to open a Hidden Arsenal set and it's like actually good for once?
I feel like it's the very first time, bro. This set, Hidden Arsenal 7, such a shame it's the last Hidden Arsenal, by the way.
Yeah, well, there's 8.
The best one
there's
we've
Hidden
seen.
Arsenal 8, isn't there? I don't know if
Oh,
it's...
nobody cares.
Yeah,
no,
no.
7's the last one.
This is the first and the last real set.
Wasn't 8.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there Hidden Arsenal 8? Wait,
I thought there is.
Wait,
Isn't there? Maybe I'm crazy. In any case, while you're looking that up, yeah, like, okay, before in like Hidden Arsenal 1, we had Brio, right? In Hidden Arsenal 2, I think we had Nat Beast, or, you know, we had some of like some good early synchros. And then after that, we had disappointment after disappointment. And now we have 7. And not only do we have like playable generic extra deck cards, but we also have 2 fully fledged archetypes that almost get all of their support in one set. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I will almost all their support. This is the last Hidden Arsenal, so
oh,
it
sorry,
is the support
sorry.
set
I think
that they would get all their support. It's really impressive because, like you said, there's only 2 archetypes, Evil Swarm and Constellar. But this is the first and only set they get, and the entire strategy is already solved from one set. It's really impressive. This set is really good.
It's also funny, too, that they get the same card for their respective archetype in the next set, Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy, in Kirkion and Sombre, which literally are just the same card for their respective deck. But still a good card nonetheless that we could possibly, depending on what our pulls were this episode, that we might be able to upgrade. But we'll have to see. How you feeling about your pulls before we get into the match?
I feel all right. I don't think you can walk away from this set disappointed. There's tons of options. So even if you don't get a first stab at everything, I think a reroll, you're definitely able to get something you're happy with.
Do you want to share this?
Generics.
Did you use a reroll ticket?
Oh, I mean, I could probably already guess you didn't, but I did use one. Yes, I did use a reroll.
I will say this. I went into this episode ready, hands at the ready to use a redoer ticket, and I ended up not doing it. So that should maybe give you some insight
That
into what we're doing
sounds
today.
terrifying, Alex. That must mean you pulled the greatest hidden Arsenal 7 box known to man.
I don't know about that.
For no less.
I don't know about that, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll talk about it at the end, of course. Let's shout the patron, AJ Haas. Thank you for the support. This is going to be an important die roll, buddy. You're on the precipice of actually passing me the progression series last episode, but I'm slowly pulling away here, and it looks like I'm not slowly pulling away in rock, paper, scissors, that's for sure.
It's not out of reach yet. I still think I've definitely got a chance here. So, what am I going to do?
What are you going to do?
I think I am going to opt to go first with my strategy.
Interesting. Okay. Well, if you are playing one of the two decks from today, it could be either one, honestly, because I think we'd want to go first in either case. So, best of luck, buddy. Let's see what you're up to.
All right, Duelist, best of luck. I think I'm going to start my turn by special summoning Photon Thrasher.
Okay, that's a light. Where are we going with this?
A light. I'm going to follow it up with a normal summon of Red Gadget, and I'm going to activate Red Gadget.
Okay, so neither deck from today. We're just going for another rank 4 deck, ironically. But
yeah,
here we are.
I wanted to keep it in theme, right? If I'm going to do anything from this episode, it's going to be one of those things, right? You just exceed for 4.
Tin Goldfish, that's a card.
That's my man. Yeah, exactly. A little bit of inspiration to play this deck today from him.
Sure.
I'm going to exceed these two. And I'm going to actually just make a number 39 Utopia here.
Seems pretty good.
I'll follow it up with Pot of Greed after thinning the deck by 1. 2 more cards into my hand. I'll set 1. I'll set 2. Your move?
I know you got a yellow gadget in hand. Funny enough, this Photon Thrasher, I forget which set this card originally debuted in. I pulled one in, like, not Astro, or on Astro Pack. Yeah, Astro Pack 1. That was my first Photon Thrasher that I had pulled.
That's so funny. I think it was a rare in, like, Galactic Overlord.
And I did not get any of them. Fantastic. All right.
You got an Ultra? Didn't you get 2 of them?
I got 2. I got another one, too, after that. Yeah, I forgot I got 2. Yeah, which is like, what are the chances, right? Anyway, I'm sidetracking. Sorry. Main phase 1. Utopia's kind of an asshole. I'm not going to lie. And you have 2 back row. Tell you what, Gage. I'm going to set 3 back row. Jeez. And I'm going to throw it back.
Jeez. All right. All right. No idea what you're on. I'll just draw. White. What the fuck?
How are all those gadgets in your hand? Is that what's going on?
No, I don't want to even talk about it right now.
I hope your hand is just like yellow, yellow, green, green. That would be great.
I'm going to summon... I'm just going to go battle phase, and I'm going to poke you for 25.
I'll de-prison this. Ooh, he's thinking.
I'll flip Book of Moon to keep Utopia alive.
Okay, sure. That's fine.
Cool. Okay, so we'll go main phase 2. I will summon Yellow Gadget, and I'll use Yellow Gadget's effect.
The one I know about.
We'll pick up a green Gadget from deck to hand. And
there he is.
I'll pass. Go ahead.
I will draw. That's pretty good. Stand by main. Let's go ahead and space that back row. Let's see what you're cooking up back there.
Okay, I'll chain it, and I'll hit the far left here.
Best case scenario, it's bottomless, which against gadgets, to be fair, isn't that great, but it would be good if you flip up that Utopia. Sadly,
I'm really happy with that.
You're not going to get the chance to do that, my friend. I am going to, since you control more monsters than I do, special summon Evil Sword Mandragora.
Yeah, I can already tell. Okay, cool. That's a very good level 4 monster. 1550, bro. We're going to be crunching
1550. It's not bad at all. We're going to then normal summon Evil Swarm Salamandra.
Oh shit, that's 2 4s. Oh my god.
It's 2 4s, and we're gonna go for it, my friend. We're gonna overlay here. I'm going to see if there's any other options I want to go into first, but there might be a particular rank 4 with the Evil Swarm name that I might be wanting to fiend for here. Although you're not playing anything above a 4, most likely, so I don't know how good he is.
That's true, right?
Yeah, no, he's just the best one. Ophion is on the field, my friend.
Yep, that's for sure fine. Are you going to use this effect?
I would like to, if you'll allow me.
Yep. I allow it. Go ahead, search an infestation spell or trap.
And there's one in particular
he's
that
got
I would
the
like
best
to add.
one.
It's
Yep,
not bad.
yep.
It's not bad. Okay, now the unfortunate part of all this is that, well, there's a couple unfortunate things. I could try to go like super in here. I could just kill your gadget. Your Utopia is not really a threat to me anymore, I guess, but it kind of is just annoying to deal with. So I actually am going to take out the Utopia.
That's fine. He's gone.
Second main, I'll set a card. Could be literally anything, trust me.
Literally
I'll pass
anything.
the turn.
I will draw for turn. Standby into main. All right. Well, I mean, I guess I'll normal green gadget, and I'll use green gadget's effect.
Yeah, keep going.
All right. Green, pick up red. It's a little concerning. You know there's definitely outs to this Ophion. So, but they're limited. I have a little bit more than you would think, though. I'm assuming maybe you're, like, set up for, like, a Gem Knight Pearl, beat over for 50. Iconic play from back then, right? But maybe I don't even give you the chance to go battle phase. I've already seen Deep Prison out of you. Do I just Direwolf pop it?
You don't know that it's Pandemic, Gage. You don't know. I have a card in my hand. You don't know that it's Pandemic. I'm just saying.
All right, I'm going to exceed these two.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to assume you only have one Ophion, right? And if I can beat this one, like, I'm assuming you lose it. So I'm going to make Diamond Direwolf.
I'll Judgment this.
Okay, so I wasn't making it either way. That's fine. Pretty hefty price to pay for it, though. I guess I'm just passing. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll draw. Standby main. I guess we'll get the beats on. We'll go caster.
Yeah, that's fine.
In retrospect, I should have done this. I had the caster last turn, so I could have gotten 3 guys and then killed your other dude, but a little bit. I haven't played with Evil Storm in a while, so it's fine. We'll just get in for a huge amount of damage. Second main. Nice having that Ophion Gore's protection.
Yeah, right?
I'll just pass.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll draw. Standby main.
How's that hand of gadgets looking over there?
It's actually looking a lot better after my draw. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to red gadget, and I'm going to red gadget.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
I will pick up yellow fellow here, my man.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do instant fusion for 1,000 life points.
Sure.
Okay, after 1,000 life points have been paid, Carbonala Warrior going to hit the field.
That's fine.
Gonna take them, and we're gonna make the ultimate Ophion counter, Gem Knight Pearl.
Yeah,
I love
sure.
it. Question is, am I really worried if you keep this Ophion? Like, you didn't search last time. You can search Infection. I feel like I'm only losing if you get another 4, but then you have to make Pearl. Or you make Bahamut. No, but you don't have the material for it. I'm, like, probably way overthinking this. Alright, I'm just gonna go Pearl into Caster.
So this will be 850. I believe if my math is right. Don't you love dealing with the Evil Storm 50s? My favorite.
Main 2, I'll just set a card, and I'll pass it. Go ahead.
Sure. I'll draw. Standby main. I think I like that. We'll just set another, and we'll pass.
Okay. I will draw. Standby main. I'll go battle, and I'll attempt to get into your Ophion here.
Thinking. I will take the 50.
Okay, sick. I'll go main 2. I will summon yellow gadget, and I'll yellow gadget.
Yep.
Add another set card, and I'll pass. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm looking pretty in control now. I like it. I like it.
It's not bad. We'll go main 1. I'll bring out a Ryo.
That's good. Yeah.
We'll hit over yellow gadget.
Damage stat.
Ooh, we got a Lance.
I do.
Does have the Lance. That's pretty brutal, actually. Sure, I'll take 100.
Okay, sick.
And Ryo's gone. Second main, I'll pass.
Okay, I'll draw. Stand my main.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just go battle phase. 12.
12's good.
Game.
You got it.
Nice. All right, cool. We'll
Wow.
take it. All right.
Yeah.
Able
The
to
Gem Knight
stabilize.
Pearl. You were kidding. It's the Ophion Slayer.
That back in the day, that was the man to do it too. I'm not.
Well, some sloppy play on my part, and I am paying the price for it, unfortunately. If I would have done the play I said earlier, you would have had one less rank 4 that I had to deal with. And also with your MST, you kind of alluded that you had it, so I shouldn't have blind spaced as soon as I did it. But wanted to make sure the Ophion stuck, so I felt like being a little bit aggressive there. But it is what it is. Thinking here, this is kind of tough. You're on Gadget. I don't really want you just, like, setting up for free, especially when you basically just blank the draw anyway. But at that point, it's difficult. You know what? I'll go first. I'll give it a shot.
All right, I respect it. Your turn 1 setup Ophion, a little less appealing against a rank 4 deck, but we'll see what it does, okay?
That would be correct. That would be correct. We'll go standby main. I'm just going to set the fort. I'm going to set 4 and pass.
4. I mean, yeah, it's a lot to it's a lot to beat. I'll draw. Standby main phase, okay?
All good.
I love, Alex, that you didn't open up any dudes, because it makes normal summon yellow Gadget so much easier.
Yeah, sure.
Activate the effect.
Yep.
All right. Off of yellow, I'll pick up green.
Mm-hmm.
Big green. I'll go battle phase. I'll just try to get in 12.
Yeah, 12's good.
Okay. Main phase 2.
Mm-hmm.
You aren't the only one with a couple of spell
great.
traps in the back row there. I'll throw down a nice humble 3, and I'll pass the turn to you.
It's going to be one of these games, huh? All right. We'll go standby main. Let's just run out Caster.
I guess now it's, do I have the read if you have a second Evil Swarm? Or it's, I'm going to get bone zoned by fucking Pandemic. I'll allow it. That's fine.
Battle.
Yep.
What's hit?
I'll take 550. No problem.
Okay. Cool. Now you got a green Gadget just coming down for me next turn. I'll just pass.
Draw. Standby main.
Mm-hmm.
I will start by summoning Tin Goldfish.
Oh, we get to see the Tin
We do-
Goldfish. Yeah,
hopefully,
sure.
activate the effect of Tin Goldfish.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, sick. I will summon the green Gadget, and then I'll green Gadget trigger. Legally this time. That's the last thing that happened, bro. All right, so green gets me red. Nice. All right, unfortunately, this board's not equipped to deal with Caster. I've got to put them into something.
You don't have to.
I don't have to, but
You don't have to.
That'd be kinda-
You can leave them. I'm just saying.
silly if I didn't, right? Okay, what am I gonna? BTH Solemn. I'm losing to them regardless. I'm gonna do it. All right, we're gonna overlay these two, and I'm going to try to make. Oh man, nothing feels good here. I'm gonna just try to make Gemini Pearl.
Frieza has arrived. Yeah, that's fine.
Frieza. Okay, now the question is, do I just attack with it? Probably not. I'd probably just leave them up. Like, how do you beat a 2600 guy in your deck? I don't think you do. I'm just gonna leave them up. Yeah, I'll pass. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll draw. Anything in standby?
No.
Main 1. Very good question, Gage. How do we beat a 2600 guy? It's a very solid question you're asking. I will normal Mandragora.
Sure.
We'll overlay.
Okay. Oh man, is he bringing out his own Gemini Pearl? Let's go.
Let's go for Ophion.
I will attempt to bottomless trap hole it.
Bottomless on.
I know you
Ophion.
can't be lucky enough to pull more than one Pandemic. So either you would be searching it out with this Ophion, or you already have it back there.
I will. I'm gonna book my Ophion. You just don't want me to get to that infestation,
I don't.
do you?
I'm gonna chain Compulse on the Ophion.
Yikes.
You have to have Deep Prison back there. That's one of the back row for sure. So
Well, I'll try for it.
I don't have a response to the judgment. That's gonna resolve. Okay. So
Sure.
Compulse is negated. Your cards Book of Moon.
All this just so my Ophion can
Yep.
get set. Not great.
Yep.
Go
All right, I'll
ahead.
draw. Stand by main.
Yep.
I'll summon Red Gadget. Red
Sure.
Gadget. Pick up yellow. All right. If it is Dimensional Prison like I read, I don't think you have Torrential. You would have flipped it. I'm going to go Instant Fusion.
Sure.
I'll summon the Carbonala Warrior.
He's here.
And I'll take these two. I'm just going to make Utopia. Biggest, baddest.
Seems
We'll go
solid.
Battle Phase 25 in your Ophion.
That will
And
clear.
then 26 direct.
Try for the prison. You read it.
That's fine. Big thing was I outed the Ophion. I'll main phase 2, add a back row, and I'll pass.
Draw. We'll set. We'll pass. Go ahead.
All right, exciting. Draw.
Yep.
Stand by main. Yellow.
The gadgets are humming now. Yep.
Yep, yellow into green. And then I'll go battle phase.
Sure.
I'm going to assume I have to go this first, so we'll go Utopia.
Warrior Lady Banish.
Ooh. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, there we go. There goes Utopia, and then 12 direct.
I'll take 12.
Little mini yellow gadget getting in there. I'm just going to pass turn. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll draw. Standby main. Gage, you want to count the darks in my graveyard for me?
That's a depressing amount, Alex. That is very depressing. You may summon the Dark Arm Dragon.
You have a response
I
for
do
it?
have the response, though, yes.
Okay, I mean, at least you got the cleanup duty, so that's good. And Torrential's especially good with you, considering you're playing gadgets of all things.
Yep,
Go ahead.
technically didn't lose a thing. Technically did not lose a thing.
Yep.
I'll draw.
Broke even.
Stand by main.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. I'm going to special Photon Thrasher.
He's here.
And I'll summon Red Gadget, and I'll use Red Gadget.
Sure.
Red get yellow. Alright. I'm going to overlay. I need 2,200.
I think you can get there.
I've got a billion Utopias, bro. I'm going to go into my second one. And I'll
You
go
got
face
it.
for game.
I'm dead.
Oh, man. The gadgets, bro.
It's
Honestly,
MST.
not a good matchup for you.
No, it's not.
Fiendish
It was a
Chain.
Fiendish Chain. Okay, so you had
yeah,
something else anyway.
This was... I really wanted to play Constellar, or I wanted to play Evil Swarm myself. But in my openings, neither of them came together. In the first one, I got super lucky. I got Kaus, and I got like a whole bunch of like decent Constellar cards, but no like Pleiades or anything to like benefit off of it. And then I was like, okay, I'll re-roll it and hopefully get something better. In the second one, I got Ophion and like some decent cards, but no Pandemic.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I don't want to make Ophion and search like nothing. That's like sucky. So I didn't end up on the good side of either of my pulls. I ended up getting, I think the most best thing I got was Daigusto Emerald. So I have that chilling in my collection.
Okay.
What about you, man? You didn't have to reroll. I better hear every single good card out of Hidden Arsenal 7.
Yeah, so I will admit it was a bit dicey up until... Actually, I'll walk you through the whole journey. So I ended up getting Emerald and Lavavel Chain, I think, in the first 12 packs. And so at that point, I had to, like, decide...
That's broken.
Like, I can't respin that. I'm sorry. Like, even if I don't get a Constellar deck or a Evil Swarm deck out of this, you don't respin Emerald Lavavel Chain. That's just insane.
I gotta agree. I gotta agree with that.
So
I'm already on board.
I had everything necessary up until I think either pack 21 or 22. And that's when I pull the single Ophion. So I do only have one. You are correct. And from there, I was able to actually... I had everything else to really just make the deck. So I didn't pull any Thunderbirds, which isn't like, you know... Obviously, it's a good card, but it's not necessary for the deck. So we have Casters, we have Mandragoras. You saw I was playing Salamandra. I think Salamandra's good, especially because Dad's in the format, that I can modulate the graveyard with it. So that's cool. Against you, I actually boarded in. Evil Storm Azathoth is actually, I think, a pretty underrated card. It literally is just shuffle a special summon card back on a flip effect. And against Gadgets, too, it's 1950. So I boarded in like this in Warrior Lady against you just to have some more bodies. I really didn't want to overlay unless I absolutely had to. And when you summon the Pearl, I had multiple ways to deal with it, but then it sort of just got dicey because then we started getting into the Chain Link War. And so... I could have judgmented it, but I figure if you have judgment for my judgment, that just didn't seem like a really good exchange. So I just figure I'll just wait for like D-Prison. I was just going to book your Pearl and then attack over it. That was going to be the main plan, but then you started firing stuff off, so I had to react accordingly. And I agree with you. I think it just like wasn't a particularly good matchup because Ophion basically does nothing against Gadgets. It's just like big. The guys are big. That's really all there is to it. And I got plenty of back row. I just didn't really see like a whole ton of it. But even if I would have blind MST this Torrential, you still had Fiendish Chain for Dad anyway, so like it wouldn't have been.
Yeah,
I've got
another Torrential in my hand too that I didn't even set. So
sure,
but I've talked about it a bit in the opening. I feel like Evil Swarm's success, besides that the cards are just like they're good card quality. There's just decent cards in general.
Yep.
But I think a lot of its success was all the rest of the game going on around it at the time.
Absolutely.
How Dragon Rulers was the most dominant deck, so you could reliably turn one, make Ophion, and then 66% of your matchups you just auto win unless your opponent has like the Blast Route or something like that. So I think this deck, like looking back on it, there's a lot of decent cards it's got going for it. Like Searching a Forbidden Lance was always broken back then, to beat like Fate and stuff. But when you pair up against something like this, right, like you auto just get demolished.
Exactly.
Because your main gimmick of your deck, shutting off 5 or higher, is now completely worthless.
Pretty much. It's good for gores, if anything. Like, that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, that's about
that's
it. Right?
That's about it. Yeah, exactly. No, I just wanted to play it just because I think you and I talked about it either off camera or in the previous episode. I think we said if we pulled the stuff to bring Constellar or Evil Swarm, we just wanted to do it because it's new and it's fun. And we were hoping to have like a battle of Hidden Arsenal 7 where one of us got one archetype, one of us got the other. Unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. And I think it's not really a surprise, like when you look at how hard it is to really pull these archetypes like in their entirety. Yeah, a lot of the cards are super, but in the instance of your deck, or rather Constellar, which would have been what you would have played if you could have, Pleiades is secret, and then Cost is secret as well.
Oh my god, Alex, it was so unfortunate. Because I knew exactly that. I knew it needed at least like one Kaus. If I get one Kaus, I can build the deck, and you need one Pleiades to have your end goal. The first opening, I got the Kaus, and I was stoked. I was like, oh my god, I get the Pleiades, and I can make this happen. I didn't get a Pleiades. But I was like, okay, I'll reroll and maybe have another shot. I got 3 Pleiades on my second time, and no Kaus.
My god. I mean, that's good you have Pleiades for later, though, because Pleiades is still generically fine. But obviously not in the deck, it's not the same.
Yeah, but I was really bent out of shape because I was like, oh man, if I only had like one card, I could have really made this work. And I really was trying to actually make one of the new decks playable. But with the things I pulled, it was the exact opposite, polar opposite, both different times I spun it. And damn, you were lucky enough. I was like, I'm not walking away from the set if I don't get Emerald or Lavalval Chain. Like, if I don't get any of those, I just have to reroll. I didn't get it on my first opening, so I just spent the reroll, and I ended up with just Emerald. So you're very lucky that you got both of the, probably actually some of the best rank 4s the game's ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing with only pulling one Ophion, right? I can just recycle Ophion with Emerald, so it's like I have 2 copies of it, effectively. Granted, I only have the one Pandemic. You were correct about that. I pulled like 5 of the Trap. Funny
I pulled
enough,
3 both times.
It's crazy. It's crazy, yeah. So, I mean, that was unfortunate, but I mean, that is just how it goes sometimes. I actually pulled 2 Bahamut, which is kind of cool. Like, Bahamut's not a bad card. He's just like more like utility than anything else.
Super restrictive though. Requires Evil Swarms to make, and then you gotta pitch an Evil Swarm too. It's pricey.
I do think there is a world, too, where I could have gone more into, like, the rank 4 leading side of it. Like, I kind of just played more into the fact that this is, like, a stun deck. Like, and so I opted to go first in this game, too, because I wanted to just summon Ryo against gadgets, and then you just can't do anything. I had Ryos in here, too, just for that reason. But then if I played, like, Thrashers and stuff, then, you know, I could just be, instead of making Ophion, I'm just making any rank 4. So it's like I'm playing bigger gadgets in a way, except I'm just not recurring advantage every single turn. So, I don't know. There could be something there. I will say I am happy that I have this in my back pocket, and I think you have to be careful going into next episode, which is Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy, knowing that I have the ability to play this with any ruler deck you might be thinking of bringing next episode. So I do feel pretty good about that.
If I've learned anything about playing at that time, though, Alex, it didn't matter. It didn't. The cards we see in the next set are way beyond any of the cards Yu-Gi-Oh! Has seen up until this date. So I'm always excited to experience this set with you yet again.
Yeah, no, it's funny you mentioned how, like, oh, Evil Swarm was, like, good because of the decks around it. You're right, but Joseph and I kind of discovered in History of Yu-Gi-Oh! That, it didn't really matter. Blaster's still a great card at the end of the day.
Oh, what did you get on the wheel? You've been mighty quiet over there. Is it good? Did you get something as good as I have the last few episodes?
Gage, I'm so pissed.
Oh, what
I got a redoer ticket on my wheel. This man rolls 3 Starlights. He's going to come into Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy with another Starlight. I was hoping to win this episode, and I could have spun a wild card to get a second Ophion, potentially. But no, he's just going to go off now, and yeah. So I'm like, great, another redoer ticket added to the fucking mountain that I'm never going to use.
Add it to the bank, baby. Yeah. Little do the fans know we have a redemption service at the very end of the season. You get free points for keeping all your redoers.
Sam's gonna pull up the little redoer counter for me and just add one to like the 99998 or whatever, just for like.
He hit a million.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So shoutouts to Shadow1317, Tim00x3, MBT Play Medolce, Moto, Cameron L. Smith, Pony Stark, The Synchro Guy, Dan the Man Hoban, Draconic, Little Fade Leaf, Jordan Coons, Dylan Hunter, Dalton, Cody Bretz, Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Flannel Daddy, Twinkle Muncher, Matthew Brady. I've tried reading cards before. It was horrible, and my guinea pigs had to get me therapy. Helios515, Cheeks McLapperty, Stolfin Amethyst, Wonder Waffle, MBT Cancel by all community soon, Cancel by all committee soon, Cancel by all players soon, Uncle Brian of Stardust, Nicholas Carpenter, Corvain, Peyton McGrath, and Candyman. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time.